The smell of roses and roasted lamb hit me before the humiliation did. I stood at the entrance of the ballroom. Silk, dresses, champagne laughter, cameras. Flashing. My sister's wedding. The usher smiled politely, scanning the list. Miss Hale, your seat is... He hesitated. That pause was the first cut. He pointed toward the hallway just outside the doors. A narrow chair, no place card, no tablecloth, not even in the room. My mother-in-law, no, ex-mother-in-law, glanced over, her smile sharp enough to draw blood. Only close family gets A. Table, she said loud enough for the nearby guest to hear. And then my sister giggled. Guess you don't count. Anymore. That's when I stood. Slowly, deliberately, I picked up my gift, an elegantly wrapped box that suddenly felt like a loaded gun. If I don't count, I said softly, then I'm leaving. The laughter faded. My sister's face lost its color. Wait, she started, but I was already walking away. And that was just the beginning. My sister, Emma, was the golden child. Always had been perfect. Hair, perfect grades, perfect fiancé. I was the quiet one, the emotional one, according to our mother. I worked in corporate law, 12-hour days, invisible, unless someone needed help. Emma, on the other hand, floated through life, collecting praise like confetti. I helped plan that wedding, booked the caterer, negotiated the venue contract, even proofreaded the prenup. She didn't understand. She called me her rock and I believed her. Then came the engagement, dinner. I remember her whispering, "You'll be my maid of honor, right?" Of course, I said yes. I didn't know she'd already replaced me with her fiancé's sister. I found out through Instagram. The caption read, "Couldn't imagine. Saying I'd do without my best girl by my side. Tag, hashtag Futures Gel, hashtag family first." That was the night I stopped being her sister. At first, I told myself it was fine. It was her day, her choice. But then I started noticing the small things, the subtle erasers, my name, missing from the bridal program, my invitation addressed to guest, her texts, turning from love you to busy talk. Later, then I overheard it, at a cafe. Downtown, Emma and her mother-in-law, Marjorie, sipping mimosas. "She's just awkward," Emma said. "You know how she is. I don't want her near the family table. She makes things uncomfortable." Marjorie's laugh was shrill and satisfied. "Don't worry, we'll handle her." I sat 2 tables away, unseen. The ice in my coffee didn't melt. That's when I stopped feeling hurt and started feeling focused. You don't survive corporate law without learning how to dissect people quietly. Emma thought she was the golden sister, but she'd forgotten who kept her golden life running. I handled her wedding, contracts, her payments, her vendor, emails. Every legal document bore my silent fingerprints. So I started preparing, not for a scene, not for a tantrum, for justice. I reviewed the wedding contracts one more time, especially the clauses about liability, cancellations, and deposits. Everything tied neatly back to her account except, for one thing, the venue insurance. She had never signed it. I had in her name A. Small technical oversight, easily correctable, but in the right hands, exploitable. Then I gathered what I needed, copies of messages, receipts, timestamps, and waited, because revenge isn't loud, it's patient. The wedding was scheduled for June 11th. By May 30th, I had everything lined up, step 1. I contacted the venue manager, politely informed him there was a potential discrepancy in the insurance policy under the bride's name. They panicked. Legal risk liability. They needed clarification before proceeding. Step 2. I scheduled a meeting with their lawyer on the same day Emma had her final rehearsal dinner. They called her during dessert. I can still picture her confusion as her phone buzzed mid. Toast. Step 3. I let the clock tick. Without a corrected signature, the venue couldn't release final confirmation. No. Confirmation, no event. 2 days before the wedding, she called me in tears. They're saying the policy's invalid. The whole booking might fall through. I don't know what's happening. I listened quietly. Strange, I said. Maybe you should talk to your lawyer. I don't have one, she cried. I smiled into the phone. You do now, but my retainer just doubled, and that brings us back to the wedding day. When I walked into that ballroom, I already knew the venues. Backup approval had come through only because I fixed it. I saved her wedding. Again, but she didn't know that yet. She only saw the sister she'd mock sitting in the hallway. When I stood and said I was leaving, panic flashed across her face, not because she cared, but because she realized something. Without me, her carefully orchestrated image could collapse. Wait, she whispered, voice trembling. Don't go, please. I turned to her, calm as marble. Why? Her lips parted, but no sound came. Behind her, Marjorie frowned. Guests murmured. The band hesitated. I leaned close enough for only her to hear. I could have let your wedding fall apart, I said softly. You'd never have known why, but I fixed it. You're welcome. She froze. You what? I smiled. Read the insurance clause. Later, you'll see my name. Then I straightened, looked at the guests, watching us, and added, I wouldn't want to intrude. After all, only close family gets a seat. Gasps rippled through the room. Marjorie turned scarlet. Emma's groom looked between us, confused, embarrassed. I walked out before anyone could stop me, and as the door closed behind me, I heard the sound I'd been waiting for, the first cracks in her perfect image. A week later, the fallout began. The whispers spread about the insurance issue, the near cancellation, the public scene. Her in-laws questioned her competence. Her new husband avoided her for days. I didn't need to lift another finger. Her own arrogance did the rest. Sometimes revenge isn't about destruction. It's about restoration, about taking back the power quietly, stolen from you. I sent her a handwritten note 3 weeks later. It said, I hope the marriage is insured better than the wedding. No signature, just a smiley face. I never heard back, but I did get a message from the venue manager. A month later, they offered me a consulting position handling contract. Compliance. I took it. After all, if you're going to watch people destroy themselves, you might as well make it your profession. People think revenge is fire. It isn't. It's ice. Fire burns out. Ice endures. It waits. It preserves the memory of every slight until the right moment comes. That day at my sister's wedding, I didn't lose my family seat. I reclaimed my dignity. And if she ever wonders why her wedding almost didn't happen, she can check the fine print because I wrote